The Newest Moon, written by Bliss, illustrated by Bea Huff. The day was turning into night, and Echo the elephant was looking for a soft place to sleep. He spotted the grassy patch in the middle of the pool at the top of the mountain. He slowly and carefully placed his giant toes on the mountainside as he climbed higher and higher. Echo remembered where to go. Echo remembered everything he ever heard or saw. The moon that night was big and bright, and it helped him find a place to rest in the dark. Just as Echo closed his eyes, he heard a little yell from farther down the mountainside. "Help! I'm stuck." A little girl with wide eyes and round cheeks had quickly climbed into the highest tree on the mountain and couldn't remember how to get down. She had long dark hair and wore a colorful sundress. The little girl forgot everything except for the things that made her smile. Echo reached his long trunk up into the tree to help the little girl down. He asked, "Why were you climbing the highest tree in the mountain in the middle of the night?" "I wanted to reach the moon tonight. It's so pretty and round and white. The moon looks so different now and I can't remember why." The moon has days and nights just like us. They last much longer. Some nights the moon looks full and shines so bright. Other nights the moon is dark, hidden by night. It's always there, facing us, even when we can't see it, Echo explained. "Will you help me reach it?" the little girl asked. Echo liked the little girl's idea and he agreed to help her reach the moon. She smiled the biggest smile and the two soon became friends. The little girl rode on Echo's back to the grassy patch in the middle of the pool at the top of the mountain to see if they could reach the moon. Echo lifted the little girl as high as he could. "I still can't reach it," she yelled. Echo remembered how he used to pile rocks to reach precious fruit high up in the trees. "Let's go down the mountainside to collect rocks. When we build a big enough pile, we can climb it to reach the moon." The little girl liked Echo's idea, and they finally laid down to rest under the big bright moon. The next day, Echo and the little girl rode down the mountainside to collect rocks from the stream. The little girl loved spotting the prettiest rocks from high atop Echo's back. Echo loved all the beautiful rocks the little girl chose, and they talked all day about the many colors and shapes they saw. The rocks were heavy and rough, so Echo kept them packed away in his long trunk. All the way back up the mountain, the rocks rolled and rubbed into each other in Echo's trunk, and when he piled them up, they came out shiny, round, and polished. "They're all so new and different. I don't remember these rocks being so beautiful," she exclaimed. "These rocks are a lot like our memories and dreams. We can collect as many as we want, but they are always changing. Try to remember how they made you feel, no matter how different they are." The little girl remembered how she felt before and smiled again. The rock pile was still very small, so they left the rest of the work for the next day. Echo and the little girl spent the rest of the week collecting rocks around the mountainside. Sometimes they would take breaks in the waterfalls while Echo sang songs and told stories about all the wonderful things he'd seen and done in his long life. The little girl adored the songs and stories Echo told, even if she couldn't remember them all. At the end of the week, the little girl looked up at the rock pile and said, "I think it's big enough to reach the moon." Echo wanted the little girl to climb to the very top of the pile. Once she reached the top, the little girl noticed the moon had gotten smaller and darker, forgetting how often it changed. She stomped her feet and yelled, "Help me down! I don't want this moon." The smooth stone shifted and the little girl fell from the top of the pile. Echo dove and caught the little girl with his trunk. "The moon will be pretty and round and white again," he said. "It just takes time." Echo then explained to the little girl how when we work to get what we want the most, it is important not to hurt anyone, especially ourselves. "Reaching the moon may not be safe, but I'm always here when you fall," said Echo. Very soon the moon was almost gone, getting smaller and darker every night. The little girl couldn't remember why she wanted the moon in the first place, and left the mountainside to find something that made her just as happy. Echo remembered that the full moon would return, and how happy it really made the little girl. So, while she was away, Echo searched up and down the mountainside day and night for more and more rocks. All the while the moon was growing bigger and brighter. The little girl returned, not having found anything she loved more than the full moon. She missed Echo and all the songs and stories he used to share with her. "Look how big our rock pile is," Echo trumpeted. The little girl looked up at the full moon, big and bright, and smiled. "Let's try again," she yelled. Atop Echo's back once more, the little girl held on tight as they climbed up the giant rock pile. He wrapped his trunk around her and lifted her as high as he could. The little girl reached out her arms. Just then, the little girl looked down at the beautiful stones beneath their feet. They all shined bright and round and white together in the moonlight. Echo saw it too. They were already where they wanted to be.